Young Atheist Show. Young Atheist Show. Young Atheist Show.
Welcome one and all from the godless, the God-fearing to the Young Atheist Show. I'm your host, Elaine Anderson, the Young Atheist, and today I want to talk about something very close to my heart. Star Trek. Yes, on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, with the inauguration and all this stuff going on, I want to talk about something that's super duper important. Star Trek. So, how does Martin Luther King Jr. relate to Star Trek? Well, I'll tell you. I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson's Star Talk Radio podcast, and he had Nichelle Nichols on. Nichelle Nichols was on Star Trek. She played Uhura, who kicked ass. And after the filming of the first season, she was thinking of quitting the show. So one day, she found herself at a fundraiser, and one of the workers there came up to her and said that there was a huge fan of hers that wanted to talk to her and just had to meet her. But she turns around, and who does she see but the leader of the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King Jr. He wanted to talk to her because she was planning on quitting the show, and he just couldn't stand for it, so he had to put his 2 cents in, naturally. So he told her that Star Trek was the only show he let his kids stay up late at night to watch because she was such a great role model. You see, unlike a lot of the media at the time, she was a black person, but she wasn't playing a black character. It was also important because she wasn't just like a stooge. She wasn't a red shirt that was going to be killed by the end of the episode. She did wear a red shirt, but she was the communications officer. An officer, that's an important role on the ship, and she was a respected member of the crew and all this stuff, and it was just so rare to see on media of the day. So it was really extraordinary to have her in that type of position. And he shared these thoughts with her, and she ended up changing her mind and staying with the show. And as you know, as you may or may not know, the show continued for a couple seasons. I think it ended too early, but that's just me. But, it went on to have other series, Star Trek Next Generation, tons of movies. Even now there are still new movies being made, and the show's seen a revival with this generation with the newer movies, and it's really extraordinary what just the span of all the great things that Martin Luther King Jr. did. So, not only did he lead the civil rights movement, but he also saved Star Trek. So, just think about that this Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And see you later. Or something. Just go. Just go.
Young Atheist Show.
Welcome one and all from the godless, the God-fearing to the Young Atheist Show. I'm your host, Elaine Anderson, the Young Atheist.
Talk louder. Talk louder.
Okay, thanks. Let's go into the blooper reel.
We'll do it live.
Welcome one and all from the No, I can't do it. Welcome one and all from the godless, the God-fearing to the Young Atheist Show. I'm your... Oh, Michael. Let him go.
What? I didn't want him to get in your shot.
He can be in my shot.
Not anymore.
The internet loves cats.
Keep it's still recording.
They're fighting. Okay. I don't want to say that. The skin color of her character. Now, she's thinking of quitting the show. And so she turns around, and who does she see? She turns around, and
Who does she see, but?
She turns around, and who does she see but Neil...
deGrasse King Martin.
She turns around. So it was really extraordinary for
Unprecedented would be a good word to use.
Instead of what?
Rare?
So it was really extraordinary. Not only did he lead the civil rights movement, but he also saved